This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, good afternoon. Thank you for joining me today for some high-level 101 training and understanding about how our eState plan portfolio is to be implemented. So what you're seeing on your screen right now is our home landing page. This is where everything starts. As an associate advisor, this is where you'll actually come to log in yourself. This is also where our successor trustee, if they're named in the documents, come here to be able to settle the estate and to be able to make sure that they know where all the documents are that are inside of their client console. This is also where the client will come to be able to log in to their client console once we've implemented, as well as the attorney of record will come here, and those buttons on the right hand side over here are all the places where everybody's going to go. You're also going to see just a little descriptive on the revolutionary part of the processing platform here that is really revolutionizing and efficiently assisting end users to be able to get all of their affairs in order. So there are some audio introductions here. If you want to click those to learn a little bit more, I welcome you there. And then also, if you're already here, these up here at the top, you don't really need to worry about this, because as you go through the process, you'll know that you don't need to worry about you've already registered, so that was where you would come, traditionally speaking. But if you're listening to this right now, you're probably part of our team of advisor partners, and you've been referred here. So what is important to understand also is that the system allows for you to do as many what we call try before you buys as possible. And this is a way to be able to understand exactly the inner workings of everything. It's a 72-hour trial. You can literally do everything, have everything completely funded, issued, printed, the whole thing watermarked, of course, but you can learn exactly how everything works. Clients can learn exactly how everything works. And after 72 hours, the server will simply purge out that information if they don't move forward to purchase. So there's a couple of important things to know here. You've got two different options. The healthcare document set, which is just your advanced medical directives, durable power of attorney for healthcare, living wills, things of that nature. You would order that. But our proprietary and most often used eState plan portfolio is where you're going to go. So all you have to do once you get here to this landing page is simply click on order here. This is going to automatically open up to this data entry page. Now, once you get to this part, the associate ID number that you were given when you signed up is the access code number, and that's what directly connects those clients to you. It's also important to understand that without a code, you cannot go any further. So for example, if I scroll down to the very bottom, what you'll see eventually is that you would actually see the price of everything that we do here. But since we don't have an access code, there's no price. So scrolling back to the top, I'm going to go ahead and utilize my own access code here. And we're actually going to do a try before you buy. So I'm just going to click try before you buy. You'll see that you've got 72 hours. Sometimes when I record this box pops up. Hopefully you can see that. If not, believe me that a box pops up and lets you know that this is a demo. It's 72 hours. And then you just go and simply close that window. And then you're just going to do a test client. This is going to be a sole grantor trust. We're not going to do a spouse. We'll just do a sole grantor trust. We're going to call the test client. The only thing you really need is a phone number here and then an email. And the recommendation is to use your email here, but just understand that when you're doing this with the clients, this would obviously be their email because they're going to receive an email from the server helping them understand exactly what they've got, the receipts and everything for purchase, their own ID for their client console, which is a 6-digit. And then, of course, we can name the trust. We're not going to do that. Here, we're going to talk a little bit about the charitable allocation. Now, we're going to dedicate a complete series on the charitable allocation and what we have been developing for real amazing client acquisition, leveraging the charities that we've been working with already that have realized they need us, we need them. It's a mutually beneficial arrangement, but we'll go into that at some other time. Natural person beneficiary, this is fairly simple again. It really is just a data entry. You'll learn about this whenever you go through the basic training. Section 4, Section 5, as you'll see here, the successor trustee of your trust is the number 1 is going to be our default successor trustee, who is Trust Bank. If you are an IAR or an RIA, securities license rep, this area of understanding, we train you about why the importance of this is, the corporate trustee is going to ensure that these grantors or your clients are going to stay with you in perpetuity. So I actually tell a lot of my advisor partners, careful what you wish for, because these clients, if done properly and following the process properly, you are guaranteed to retain these clients. So you better make sure they're your ideal clients. Guardian appointees for dependent children, if you want to disinherit any family members. And then this is the area here, the specific revocable trust directives. We have a staff and a team member that will do this. It's part of the process. We'll share with you that. You do not need to know any of this stuff, but I'm going to click the box just to give you an idea of what 35 years of experience looks like. And hopefully this pops up again. These are all different specific directives that will be superimposed onto the document set once we're done. Again, you don't need to know this, but just know that we have gone through great lengths to make sure that we've taken the 35 years of experience in estate planning to be able to make sure that these are nice and easy, customizable, and changeable at any time by the grantor. So I'll just go ahead and close it out. Then we're going to scroll down here, advanced subtrust directives. This is if we're dealing with any type of charitable remainder trust. We actually have a very unique, one-of-a-kind combination of an RLT, revocable living trust, that has a subtrust of a charitable remainder subtrust. Very high level, advanced. We can talk about that, what great opportunities our advisors are seeing on that as well. We also offer a wealth preservation subtrust. Again, very unique. That's a little bit more high level. Just know that this is here. We can talk about that at a future time. Now here, actually, let me scroll back up. The specific trust directives, when you're doing this, you would just say TBD, to be determined. That's going to give our staff the understanding that we're going to be getting an email from the server that a new transaction has happened, and then we will be on top of that, and we'll show you exactly how to set the appointments and everything along the way. We make it really simple, clicks of buttons along the way. So in the notes and comments section, the Notepad Center is very, very important to know about the accessibility and exactly how it works. So the notice to purchaser, I'm just going to read this out loud. Entries in the notes, comments, questions text box below will be auto-posted and permanently recorded in your forthcoming Client Console's Notepad Center, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. Archived Notepad message entries can be made available by your choosing for viewing, and additional text entry applications by your legal counsel and or other select persons, our team, basically. The other thing that you're going to notice when I get in there, everything is with the legal protocol in place for the protection of everybody. First and foremost, the sole grantor, when they're gone for any types of issues along the way, everything that ends up getting put into the Notepad Center is timestamped down to the second. So just know that that's there for everybody's protection. So here, as I mentioned earlier, you're going to see the placement fee. It's going to be $18.95, and you have an option. You get the first 3 months for free. The membership is a 1 year, $6.95 monthly, or $6.95 monthly, and then it's $69.95 annually. So you get a price break if you do it annually. But I share with my advisors all the time when people are shopping, clients are thinking about doing this, but they're not sure if digitized estate planning is the way to go. We give them a homework assignment. If they are going to go out and ask other estate planning attorneys, whatever, make sure that you ask them the following. I want to be able to have 24/7, 365 access for any updates and changes for the rest of my life. I want to have 24/7 access to the network attorney for anything that I want to have updated and changed. and looked at and for suitability or applicability. And I want you to only charge me for all of this for the rest of my life, $70 a year. You can imagine how that goes over. So $18.95 is a total placement fee, as we say. And again, you get the first 3 months for free as we're implementing and making sure we're helping all along the way with our team, from the funding all the way down to the data, the asset ledger, everything. What you'll see underneath the ancillary orders is the advisor support fee of $300, the attorney review fee, that's $300, which comes out to be the $18.95. But you can uncheck these just so that you can see this, and it brings it down to $12.95. So typically our advisors are going to charge the advisor support fee because they're going to be doing a lot of stuff along the way, especially for the lifetime of these clients' lives. And then as well, the attorney review fee, I mean, everybody's going to do that because, again, it's going to give access to the attorney through the Notepad Center forever. And then obviously there's a phone interview process that also takes place along the way. Some of these things I won't go into. We can go into this in at another time, but these are our ancillary orders: restatement of trust, pet care trust, Medicaid qualifying trust, very unique universal guardian trust, which is a one-of-a-kind hybrid of a special needs trust. And we can talk about that at some other time. And then, as I mentioned before, the Nevada Wealth Preservation Trust, because as everybody should know by now, every one of the eState plan portfolios, which includes all the things I'm going to show you in a second, the key component is the trust documents. We cite as every single one of the trusts and the most trust-friendly state in the union in Nevada, which is why we actually have a Nevada Wealth Preservation Trust. And the doctors that we work with, when you learn about this, love this option. So we got try before you buy here, as I said before. So we're going to click on contract and purchase agreement. It's going to bring up another screen. And again, hopefully it's recording and it's coming up so you can see this. If not, you can be able to do this yourself and you'll see that it pop up. And this just gives all the terms and conditions, everything's understood, all the way down to the charitable allocation applications, which we'll talk about in another session. And then again, you'll see everything's a line item checked off. You see total placement fee, contract fee, $18.95. Demo transaction, so there's no charge. We're going to click on I agree. When I do that, we're going to go ahead and click on submit process. Almost instantaneously, the server is going to bring you to the next page, which is the client registration page. So this again gives instructions on how to be able to do this. So the client registration page, again, there's a protocol for this. We make it nice, simple, and easy. You'll learn exactly about this. All you really have to do is just know what the client's last name is, and a temporary password is pre-populated and created for the clients. And we make it real easy where the password is client with a capital C and then the 6-digit ID number that is created for them. So I'm going to go ahead and click on client registration here. And I'm going to go put my email address in there. Last name is, actually, I'm going to come over here to my email because I just got this. This is actually what it looks like. So I'm going to click on, this is what you'll see, what the client will actually see. They'll get this email here. Welcome to the My Lifeguard Plan Service Platform. And then here's the number, 341772, your temporary password, which is client 341772 again. We'll go ahead and just click this to get us to that. Again, this is a demo client. Let me just go back here. And we use the last name as client. I just wanted to make sure I use client and not test. Client, and I'll just put my email address in here again. 341 772. And the problem is I have so many of these that I have to do this myself. But when you do this, you won't have to worry. This will be pre-populated for you. It'll be a lot easier for you, actually. I've done this hundreds of times, so it's a little bit different. So I'm going to click on register here now. This is going to, no, I'm not going to remember that password. So this is what it brings up. I'm now in, if you look in the upper right-hand corner, it's going to say client console. That means that the client, this is their cloud console with military grade protections, a lot like some of the vendors that we have that are in the cloud environment that we're in this digital transformation. So over here, you're going to see tabs, entry welcome tab. You'll want to make sure that you read all of this stuff in here. Disclosures, everything that's in here. The membership status, it's a demo. And then this is where you can be able to have the client change your password at some point in the future. So the next is data exchange. This is where you'll go for the data entry. If you want to go back and change and modify the funding kit, Notepad Center is right here. There's a share console, and then here's the document storage. So I just want to show this first part, the medical directives. Again, another window will pop up and explaining everything. So I'll close this window. So as I mentioned previously, it's called the eState Plan Portfolio for a very important reason. It's a portfolio of stuff. It's not just the trust. So we don't sell trust in the first place. We implement the eState Plan Portfolio, and what is inclusive of that is going to be medical directives, durable power of attorney over assets and will. There's the postscript page, which is awesome. This can give you all of the information you want to give to your posterity, as well as it has digital information to be able to settle out also your digital footprint that you have. Anyway, this is an amazing area to be able to, and you'll learn all this through training. And then of course you've got the eVault Center. Now this is literally an area that you can upload any and every document that you've got into your client console. So you'll always have it available. And we'll go into that a little bit more in detail later on. But what I just want to show now is I'm going to click on my eState plan, and it's going to bring up these boxes. And I'm just going to click on the eState plan portfolio. When you click on that, it's going to take you to the secured server. And these are the documents, all watermarked, of course, because this is a demo. And when it pulls up, you're going to get a chance to see exactly what everything looks like. If I make any changes along the way, I go back and I regenerate these. And I'm just going to go to Revocable Living Trust Declaration. As you can see here, it's not dated because we haven't dated anything. Everything, it's called the eState Plan Portfolio because everything uses the congressional approval on e-signatures, and that's what's recognized. And also another reason why we use Nevada as because they have also codified that in their revised statutes for electronic signatures, which is again why this makes this so easy and simple for the end user clients, and why we talk about our 90 and 90 formula, where we can get 90% of your estate plan done in 90 minutes or less. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on return to console here. There's estate settlement packages here also if you don't want to have the successor trustee, be a corporate fiduciary. But again, through training, we teach everybody why that's very important. Other family plans, there's also a discounted rate if you're going to do 2 sole grantors, husband, wife, different second marriages, third marriages, blended family, children. From the best practices is to just do 2. So there's actually a discounted price if you do a husband and a wife, which is important for you to know. Again, ask me about that later, but we can talk about that at another time. And then if you need to contact us for any reason, whether you click on contact us here, or if you're in the Notepad Center, the client can go here and you can literally put in anything, and our team, if they check all these boxes off, everybody will get that, including the advisor. If the end user client is at home and they have a question about anything, or last minute they wanted to do anything different, upload or update any of their documents. So this is where you would do it. And again, it's completely time stamped. So I'm just going to say changes to be made, ... etc. as if I said something. So I'm going to click on Submit New Note, and what you're going to see when I do this, as it populates through the server, you're now going to see submitted archive notes, submitted by, it says test client, obviously, whatever the client's name is, Thursday, March 7th, 2019 at 2:02 and 12 seconds p.m. And this obviously would be right where it's at. So this is all about a little bit of CYA protections for everybody. Most importantly, the client's grantor, but also it's a very nice CYA and protective for anybody that's assisting in this area. So that really is a nice overview for everything. If you have any questions, please reach out to us over here at CSI Financial Group at 888-316-6040. Again, the phone number 888-316-6040 for a deeper dive. And thank you very much for your time today.